What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to this broadcast. I am Matt, BDLM, here with my friend Jaster. What's going on, buddy?
How you doing? How you doing? I'm loving the Zillion skin. We got a nice matchup here. We got CLG versus that Team LiquiD that you like so much in StarCraft. Not so sure about League of Legends, though. How you doing?
Well, I have a confession to make. I may or may not own a Team LiquiD shirt. I may or may not be wearing it right now. I may or may not be a little bit biased this game. I can't say that I've seen them in any LoL games, but you know, they're always fun to watch in StarCraft. You know, one of the major foreigner teams. So it'll be interesting to see how they do against this opposing team, blue team, well known CLG. You know, gonna put up quite the fight.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing the competition here. I'll go over the picks really quick. We got on blue team Zillion, Irelia, Amumu, Soraka, and Ashe versus a Nocturne, Malzahar, Taric, Corki, and Cho'Gath. What's your initial thoughts here?
You know, I like these teams quite a bit. The last game you and I casted, there was a Zillion and a nice AP support. They did really well together. You know, Zillion's ulti is just so powerful, and Soraka able to do a lot with her ulti as well. You know, that's an ulti where if you're really map aware, you're gonna save a whole bunch of people. So it'll be really interesting to see how that support-ish combo goes well together. See if it goes well together.
Absolutely. We got Irelia taking top lane, Zillion taking mid, and then we got the Soraka Ashe with the movement farming here. And on the other side, we got the Malzahar mid. You gotta assume it's gonna be Corki top. Actually, Cho'Gath. Actually, that makes a lot more sense here. You're gonna have the Taric supporting Corki bottom, and then Nocturne jungling. Irelia versus Cho'Gath. Ooh, just a farm fest now.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what happens. I mean, both these heroes are certainly capable early on in the game, but you know, level 6 is really when they both are able to do a lot of damage. So it's going to be really neat to see. I can't say that I've seen a Cho'Gath versus Irelia lane in my lifetime, but I'm sure it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I also want to comment on pickups, first items. You got a Thorn Shield on Cho'Gath, the boots on both Taric and Malzahar, the armor on Nocturne makes sense, normal, and then the Regrowth Pendant on Irelia. The only thing really sticking out to me there is the Thorn Shield on, that's not very common on Cho'Gath. Do you think he picked it up just to counter Irelia?
Imagine so. You know, I would imagine that they figured, you know, I'm going to be up against Irelia or Ashe. Either way, you're going to want that. And here we have in the Purple Woods, we have Amumu stealing that blue rune. Is going to flash the other side of the woods, going to get out just fine, having that support from elements on Soraka, as Corki, Taric, and Nocturne will try and chase. Malzahar now coming in. Kobe might give up this blue rune he just got, getting silenced and now stunned. Is he going to make it? Pops a health pot. He's going to try and see if he can get away, and yes, he does with such little health. 4 people chasing him that whole way, and he's going to get away the last second with that blue rune. I hope he likes.
Wow, that was a very lucky escape, I would have to say. Did not see that coming. The Taric stun I thought would do him in, but very tanky early on, and it showed right there. I mean, he does have the armor, which helps substantially. I'm pretty sure he has some health quints. He has a good amount of health here for level 3. So overall, though, great job surviving. Down here, let's look at the farm. Ashe at 24 versus a 7 Corki. That's going to put him so far behind with that chase. Really unfortunate. Ashe has a huge lead on him. Cho'Gath with 22 versus a 20, I realize. That's pretty even. Zillion 17 versus that 19 Malzahar, so pretty even. So really it's just that bottom lane, Ashe getting that big lead. You're going to look to see some ganks maybe to even that out early?
Can't be sure. You know, it's a really unfortunate situation that they had there, trying to decide if they wanted to go in or not, and chase down that Amumu. You know, if they had killed him, that blue rune would have been fantastic, and then putting Amumu down so early would have made his jungling just a nightmare. But you know, they weren't able to take him down, and now you see Ashe just destroying Taric, now forcing Corki out of the lane. I don't see this getting much better bottom. So yeah, actually here we have Malzahar looking to go down. He's using that silence, trying to make sure there's nobody hiding there, but it looks like he just might head back mid.
Yeah, Malzahar without 6 at this point is not a lot of help. I mean, I can see him trying to be helpful there, but at this point you really just need to get that level 6 and not let Zilean. Look at the pressure he's put on with these bombs already. Malzahar below half health. Looks like Zilean's going to go back already, pick up that catalyst, so he's going to be a real laning presence here. Otherwise, Cho'Gath missing top. Who knows what the heck that kid's up to? So a nice advantage, but there's no kills. I mean, do you think who's going to get that first kill? Who are you predicting? That Nocturne 6?
I think it'll either come from Nocturne or, I don't know, maybe even the Malzahar 6. I mean, he's already a little bit behind Big Fat LP though, playing this Zilean. So, but you can't count those powerful ultis out. Those are the ones that are really going to turn the tide in team fights, and those are the ones you look to when you're looking at first blood, especially when the laning is so passive.
Yeah, absolutely. You do see though, and they great clairvoyance there. Nocturne's only 4. Really put far behind also. I mean, that really affected all of them when they were chasing that Amumu and not killing him. Actually, bottom, I missed action. Sorry. It looks like they went all out there on Ashe. Good flash, so it gets away. So there's the Malzahar 6 I was talking about. A lot more useful with it, but unfortunately couldn't finish the job on Ashe. So she's just going to probably port back to base and then head back middle again. Meanwhile, Amumu covering that middle lane. I mean, I really, with Nocturne being so far behind, it's really going to put a lot of strain on this purple team. Once he hits 6, those blue lanes have to be so much more cautious. But until he's 6, I mean, they can really feel free to do whatever they want.
Yeah, definitely. I've been watching this top lane a little bit, and it's just, like you were saying earlier, just a little bit of a farm fest. Both are just chilling there, waiting for a creep to get low, auto attack, and run back. Not really looking at putting a little pressure here, as Kobe comes in on a Mumu. Now, using the ulti, Aurelia trying to put in some more damage, but the stun from Cho'Gath is going to stop that from going anywhere. And unfortunate turn of events there if you're the blue.
Yeah, also bottom, Terra getting chased down by the Ashe and Soraka. They couldn't finish the job though. Ashe used the ulti and it did not get the kill, unfortunately. So, you do need those ults. Now, I was talking about Nocturnes, but Mumu's, I think, is just as important. Nice smite steal, by the way, that Wraith kill. But, if he's going to look to gank, he needs that ulti, because otherwise he's got a bandage toss and then just some, persistent damage, but not enough. Actually, looks like he's going on this Malzahar. Great hook in. Zilean puts... Oh, those bombs do so much damage already. Even with 35 AP, he drops down. There's first blood.
Absolutely showing me up, no ult necessary. The bombs from Zilean, so powerful, doing so much damage, and with Zilean's speed up, he can just speed himself up and guarantee that both of his bombs are going to hit the target. Such a powerful hero. It's really surprising you don't see him more often in the lower level play.
Yeah, it's very true. I'm really not sure to think about that either. What's actually kind of surprising me bottom is, Corki getting so underfarmed. Tarek's trying to do his best here to help him out, but, I mean, what can they do against that Ashe harass? She can spam volley all day, and this is actually goes back to really older games, but Soraka lane was so powerful, and she was auto-banned very oftenly just because the way she could just spam mana for that carry and just let them farm and heal them up. I mean, you're seeing it here. Ashe at like full mana constantly with that, infuse, and just spamming that volley. Not much they can do against it.
Terra can try and do a little bit of damage to this kind of clothy heroes. Oh, here Zilean finding Cho'Gath, trying to lay some bombs down on him, but it looks like he's just going to lay the ward and try and get away. Zilean now being back to base, and also looks to retreat. But yeah, when you have Tarek's stun is really the only thing that can put up any kind of harass, and it doesn't even do that much damage when you're using it from such a long range. And Ashe has all that mana, can just punish him for stepping up and trying to land that, as we can see him here with such little health, I think. I think the game might have just not updated. I doubt a Tarek would stand in with a bar of health. But, they're able to keep up such strong harassment on the melee Tarek that he can't really support the way he might be able to if it were a melee range lane that they were against instead of a double range.
Definitely have to agree with you there. I mean, Corky has some good burst damage himself. I mean, you can't discount that. If he throws on, that persistent had a Nocturne ult actually coming in. Zillion's getting picked off a great ultimate use. He's going to survive. Probably look to flash here immediately. Doesn't even need to. Just speeds up out of there. This is kind of... Well, it's kind of the opposite of what we saw in one of our other games, but, I mean, that Zillion ulti is just so powerful. You think someone's going to die, and then right away, he just comes right back up and gets out of there. So overall, good job there.
Definitely, showing us again that Zillion's a powerful hero. Looks like Ashe and Soraka, just looking to lay down a ward here in the bottom lane. Still just having free roam of the lane, and it's really cool to see too that while they've had control of this lane, they haven't been keeping it pushed up to the tower the whole time. They've been keeping it by river, slightly safer space. And looks like something might look to go down here.
In top lane, looks like we got some converging, Zillion and Mumu. Mumu does have that ulti up. Here we go, flashes up, doesn't even want to risk the bandage toss. And there we go, finishes them off. There's a kill. A couple ults dropped, but it's definitely worth it if they get the kill. Meanwhile, Malzahar looking to really push this lane strong while Zillion's gone. Zillion porting back to base again. I guess we're going to pick up another item. But let's look at the creep farm again. So we got an 81 Aurelia versus that Cho'Gath at 75, so that's still pretty even. Zillion is 69 versus Malzahar 61, also pretty even. Then the Ashe versus Corky 75 versus 50. Still once again in favor of that, Ashe. So I think they're going to need Nocturne to come in here bottom.
Yeah, we haven't seen him down there much. Here he is in the top lane now, chasing down Kobe, playing a Mumu. He's so close to the tower, but isn't going to be able to get to safety as he's taken down. Something I wanted to say when we were talking about the fights earlier, as there's action in the bottom lane, Malzahar chasing Soraka down. Looks like she's going to be just fine, though. While Tarek looks to press up, maybe land a stun or something, but no, they just decide to back off, play it safe. Those AoE ultis, like Mumu's, are so powerful, and you always like to save those for team fights or situations where you might be able to hold down more than one person. But here we are at the 13-minute mark, and it's 2-1, rather a low kill game. And when you realize that it's pretty much just a farm fest, it's not always a bad decision to drop those big ultis for the sake of getting kills when there's not a whole lot of action, and it'll probably be up the next time you need.
Couldn't put it better myself. I mean, I've seen Ashe drop her ulti quite a few times trying to get kills. Hasn't yet, but that's a relatively low cooldown, so no harm, no foul there. Zillion ult, obviously, you want to use that if you're gonna die. That's no contest there, but this bottom lane has just been really untouched. I mean, we saw Malzahar actually port in on a creep with teleport and didn't net a kill, but besides that, there really hasn't been a lot, and therefore Dragon has been left untouched, which really confuses me. I mean, Dragon's such a key, global thing to try to pick up during the game. So maybe they're looking to get an advantage, maybe get a mid kill and then go right to Dragon. I'm not sure.
I think it's interesting too. You look at this ward placement in the bottom, and it doesn't even appear to be much of a concern. The ward doesn't reach up there to Dragon, so they're just more interested in the potential ganks. But like you said, all we've seen is that one Malzahar gank. So you have to imagine that to turn this game around, you're going to have to put a lot of pressure on this Ashe and try and hold her down.
Yeah, and that's going to once again relate back to that Nocturne thing. Right now, no vision on Dragon. They do have the Hawkshot and they do have the Clairvoyance, so they feel pretty safe not knowing about it 100%. But overall, I'm waiting for that pressure to come. I'm waiting for this to stop being a farm fest and get into the action here. I mean, Dragon's been up now for 10 minutes or so, and they're all level 10, 9, 8, 11. I mean, this is the right time to get involved in Dragon. I mean, I guess there's no rush when you're in the lead with the creep score with Ashe and Aurelia, but I don't know. Do you think they should put more pressure and get the dragon, or should they just keep farming away until they have that advantage?
Well, I think when you look at how the lane's been running so far, there's been constant presence and stuff. There hasn't been a lot of moving around by either team. So, at this point, I think if they were just to suddenly disappear, there'd be a little bit of suspicion. And, we don't know where the purple team's wards are, if they have any up. One of the disadvantages of having to cast this way. But, like you were saying, if you have the advantage, there's no reason to put yourself in a situation where you might lose that.
And that's what I was waiting for right there. Mumu does have an Oracles, and Asher comes towards the middle. Does not hit, unfortunately. But Mumu did counter ward, so they did have a ward dragon. And you see the Clairvoyance coming up, because now they have no vision on there. So blue team's now in a much better position to try to pick off, that dragon really quick, because Clairvoyance down, as well as the ward. Overall, though, I'm waiting for the Nocturne Oracle to come up. I mean, it's 16 minutes in, and you got to start counter warding. I mean, especially with this dragon not being touched. I don't know. Do you think he's just going to focus on his other items instead?
Well, he goes Wriggles, so he's going to be laying down the wards and stuff, trying to keep an eye out with that. Yeah, it is interesting to see that he hasn't been interested in picking up that Oracles, but again, at the same time, when the teams aren't this mobile, it's not really a priority, I don't think. Dragon's really the only point of interest, and nobody's interested in it. Here in the middle lane, we have Malzahar. I'll try and use his ulti to save himself from this Mumu in the middle lane, but goes down the double bomb from Zilean there. And I actually just want to check the time real quick. I had to fast forward a bit. Where are you right now?
17:02, 03, 04. Are we close?
Oh, okay, that's fine.
We close?
Yeah, I'm actually still behind. I thought I was really far ahead, but whatever. The thing that I think is interesting, I've been trying to be able to talk about here, get a free moment, is the Soraka pick up the Cage Lucky Key. What do you think about it?
I've actually been playing, or rather watching a lot of competitive play, and most of the Sorakas actually are starting to go for that lucky pick. I mean, you don't need the Philosopher's Stones, obviously, because you have the Infuse to get the mana back, or the heal for the regen. So really, all it really needs is that ability power. Initiation on Ashe here. Ashe going crazy, trying to tank all that damage. Still alive somehow. Soraka heals, keeping him up. Going down to Mumu coming in. Nice flash. Misses, but it doesn't matter. Also, now they're chasing down the Taric. That's going to be a dead Taric. Except for that flash. Actually turns around and bite my words. But overall, great job there. And they ping Dragon. This is the advantage that they're looking for.
Well, when a Mumu is going in there, you got to tell you that ward there in the bottom brush. He's going to be able to see that there's no ward here by Dragons. This is going to go down pretty quick. That's another good use for the Zilean bombs. They do a lot of damage and can burst down Dragon. But, having all 5 people on Dragon helps it go down pretty quick, too. So, it looks like Nocturne might try and see if he can come in and smite it. It's not going to be able to. They ignore Dragon right now, getting so low. Ashe is back there to pick it up. Nocturne does go down. Aurelian now running for her life, but able to turn around. Team starts running the other way, chasing on this Cho'Gath instead, and she's able to come in from behind to try and support, but nothing more goes on. And so, looks like they're just going to pick up the dragon and not pay for it at all.
Yeah, by the way, keep trying to do the speed ups. That blue rune on Zilean, I think, is a key thing to note why that damage was so wonderful. I mean, when you get that blue rune on Zilean, and he can just spam, rewind, and put those bombs on whatever he wants, I mean, he's going to be a real threat. And he didn't get any focus fire there. It was all on Irelia, which is what they pretty much wanted. I mean, you kind of want it on Mumu, but Irelia is tanky enough, and especially that ulti can heal herself right back up. So, and I want to also point out what a clutch Soraka ult. I thought Irelia was done for. And then all of a sudden, boom, 200 health, good to go.
Soraka picks up another one of those keys. Personally, I would probably pick up like a Heart of Gold because, Soraka can just go down so quick, but, she hasn't been taking a lot of pressure, so, smart decision there to just pick up another key to get some more ability power, making that ulti more useful and, not only helping her with helping Ashe, it's going to help all of her teammates no matter where they are across the map.
Definitely, and you see another item thing, Zilean going with that death cap seems to be a very common build here. another actually interesting thing to note here, Malzahar picks up the Hextech Revolver. Where do you think he's going with that?
I could not tell you. I mean, the puddle is going to do a lot of damage, that AoE, so maybe he's thinking about that for in team fights. I don't know. He has a lot of that steady damage, so he might just be looking to try and pick up a hot during some of these team fights where he might be a focused target because of his ult.
Yeah, that befuddles me a little bit. I mean, you could maybe see it being useful on a team that has a lot of casters, so they could benefit if he turns that into I forgot the name of the codex that does the aura. But you look at this team, I mean, Cho'Gath really the only other caster. So maybe Corki a little bit, but not going to benefit him that much. So I'm not personally a big fan of that pickup here. And you see, look at this damage. When we look at the line something up here, doesn't even need to. Those bombs are hitting like a truck. Almost a 1-to-1 ratio actually with AP. So, he's already got that 191, so he's looking to hit hard. And that Spell Vamp is not going to save him, unfortunately.
The Will Be Ancients is an item that you don't see a lot, that the Spell Vamp Aura that also gives AP. It's really strong when you have multiple AP carries, but it seems more often than not you wind up with more AD than AP. But yeah, really strong item. It'll be really interesting to see what he tries to turn that into. Like you were saying, it would be fairly helpful. I mean, some more AP on Tarek, but yeah, really kind of an odd pickup. It'll be neat to see what he does with it.
Meanwhile, top tower down. That's the first tower kill of the game. Mumu ults, barely catches Cho'Gath, and he is not going to have a chance. Nocturne does ult though, looking to support his fallen comrade top. Not there in time, unfortunately. It still does not have that Oracle, so Mumu, just running around, killing wards. They've got to be at a huge vision disadvantage here.
Definitely, when it was just that one warded dragon, it's like, oh yeah, that's unfortunate, it'd be nice, but Mumu's been able to hold on to his oracles for quite a while, and now they're just taking advantage of this site, just here taking this red rune, and no contest. Nocturne tries to see if he can steal it, but does not. And if he had that oracles, he'd be able to take care of these two wards right here that are cutting part of their jungle off completely.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta think though, I honestly don't think I'd want to see it on Nocturne. I think I'd rather see it on that tanky Cho'Gath who's building, well, he's got Rod of Ages. You're gonna assume he's gonna go mostly tanky in this game, but I've been known to play, DPS Cho'Gath in my day, so I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, that AP Cho'Gath, a while ago now, getting those buffs to how he's scaled with AP. And he's always a fun one to play. Yeah, a lot of health, but that's just so I could be a battle mage, not here to tank. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he decides to build. And I'm kind of curious, what do you think Soraka's going to wind up doing in the long term for item?
Before I get to that, we got initiation on middle. Aurelia looks like jumping Malzahar, not able to finish him off. Cho'Gath can support, so nothing's going to happen of it. Long run, I mean, she's got the cages, and she's kind of like, that support that doesn't expect farm. You can see she's got 5 creep kills. Nothing coming of that. I would have to assume she's going to go maybe an Aegis, get some, is that the right word? God, I hope so. The one that has the aura for the armor, magic resistant health. I mean, she might just go for more pure AP depending on how this game goes. And actually, as I'm speaking, middle, Corki just gets blown up by that Zillion. The burst of, 600 damage. Another kill. And then actually Tarek getting caught out of position. And Mumu chasing him down with that red rune, slowing him down. Here comes Aurelia. Gets the slow, and that's another kill. So a 3-for-1 swing. Dragon's up. You're going to assume they're going to take this blue rune and then take Dragon.
Yeah, I meant to cut you off there, but your voice is just so pretty, Jay. I couldn't help myself but listen. It was a neat little exchange there. Zillion and Aurelia just kind of trading off who was the front man there, taking a little bit of damage, but those bombs were just so strong, able to do a lot of damage that the purple team just wasn't expecting. And now we look at the score overall, and it's 10-1, and Blue Rune lost, Dragon lost, and now the purple team looks like they might lose their middle tower here, losing all 3 of their frontline towers while blue's sitting pretty behind their nice wall. I was gonna say something, but Corky just got destroyed, and a Moonwall he used there, as well as an Ashe ult he picked off right in front of that tower. Both his ultis down, they might be able to go here on Aurelia. It looks like Nocturne Sphere will go off. They look to try and do some more. Cho'Gath getting torn apart though, and there goes the bomb hitting multiple people. Nocturne might go down here, and yeah, big fat LP on this Zilean. If you've ever even sort of thought about picking up Zilean or another AP carry, I think this is a good exercise in seeing what he's capable of. Just so much damage, and out comes the surrender from Team LiquiD.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate there for that Team LiquiD. We had a lot of faith in them. We really wanted them to get there, but unfortunately they just got taken out. That Zilean bomb too strong. Overall though, I think it was a fun game to watch. You're seeing that Zilean really come out, and for game 2 coming up, you gotta imagine he's gonna get banned immediately. See Big Fat LP play someone else who's got a lot of people to play, but overall, it looks like my comrade here, is he DC'd? I think so. Yes. So I'll wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, guys. Another broadcast here. You can always watch us at own3d.tv/broadcast. We're going to keep trying to get as many of these competitive games as much as we can. Also, please try to remember, we have an email here. It's broadcasts, BROCASTS @gmail.com. Feel free to submit any replays you might have, of games you want us to go over, or just if you want some insight on maybe what went wrong in a game, or just in general. Feel free to email us, and we'll go through them and respond to you. Have a great day. Hope you guys enjoy.